Talk to spirit. For actual communication, here's a little simple exercise that will work as a treat. Basically, when we're talking to spirit, we have to connect to their energy. And that is the secret of it. A lot of people's emotions are in the way. So first of all, just breathe in and breathe out and let go of the emotions. Just imagine them going to the pot at the side or a stream. So when you breathe in and breathe out, you're letting go of all those that is going to stop you from actual communicating. You can imagine yourself in nature. That's another good way of doing it. Okay, so basically all you need, so you might want to press pause, is get yourself an object. It could be a crystal, could be an egg, could be a plant, anything that you can utilize to communicate with spirit. Often the tools used, we use psychometry, which is an object as well of a person's, or we use cards, or we use divination, we use pendulums, we use all different ways, and they're basically just tools and energies connecting to spirit. So once you've got your crystal or your item, the simple technique now is you have to open up all your senses. All right, so if you're holding the crystal, I want you to become part of the crystal. So feel it, touch it, sense it, merge with it. Okay, you don't have to taste it, you're okay. All right, listen to it, become one with that crystal. All right, or that item that you've chosen. Now, simple technique is that you've got to be able to visualize or to see it in your mind's eye. Once you've got that, then that's opening the connection to spirit. That's allowing spirit to communicate with you. All right, so a good meditation before would have helped even better. So get the item in question, and all I want you to do is open and close your eyes until you feel an object in your mind's eye. It might take a little practice, but eventually even just the outline of the object is enough. And then once you've got that, ask the spirit world for a message. Now the crystal may disappear, or the object might disappear. It might grow, it might change colour. It might feel something from the crystal. You might feel a bit on your body. These are all different ways that the spirit will use your senses, will use to tell you the story. Now what you want to do is that, say for example, the object like a crystal evolved into something else, or you saw a colour or whatever, then ask your heart what the message was. The problem with people is that they go from 4 or 5 different messages. So they might see a tree, they might see a river, and what happens is that instead of working out what the tree meant, first of all, before they moved on to the river, they try and link it all together. And this is where it goes wrong, because each part is an individual message. So getting back to the object. So say, for example, it was a crystal and it went blue. Blue, if you know your chakra colours, is your throat area. So that could be communication. So the spirit world is trying to communicate with you. Okay, so we ask it to evolve next. You might see a book. So then you say, well, what does a book mean to you? Learning. Or I need to educate myself. Or I need to look in a book for the message that's coming from spirit. Or someone loved the book. See how the picture's starting to merge. So eventually, when you go through these different stages, you'll eventually get the big picture to what they're trying to say, which is the message. And that's what you would pass on to your friends, or could be a message for yourself. All right? So when it feels right in your heart, then you know you have the full message. So it could be then that you put it all together. So communication through learning to communicate is what you need to do. And then say if you've got a picture of, I don't know, a tree or something, it could be growth, or you need to ground yourself to be able to get the messages through. And then that could be the big picture. Now, if you wanted to find out then who the person was giving you the message, which could be a guide, it could be your soul, it could be a family member, close your eyes and ask them to show you a message. And often they might get a feeling on your body, you might get an image, and it will relate to them. You might even have to go and ask your folks, does this mean anything to you? Or it might be a family member who loves something, and that is then your symbol. So whenever this person is around and you want to know there's a sign, or you're feeling something on the body, and you know that someone's around you, you can close your eyes and ask them to show the symbol. If they show that symbol, then you know that that's the family member who it is that's communicating with you. Just makes it a lot easier, because a lot of the times there's signs around us but we don't realise. So this is just a simple way to talk to spirit. There's going to be objects around the room that you can actually get messages for yourself as well. And this is part of my course is teaching you all this. So first of all, we must open up the senses. Then we need to get into nature or become part of a good energy to be able to communicate with them. Then we have to ask them, will they communicate with us? It's like opening a door and speaking to somebody. It's the same way when it comes to communication. It has to be a two-way. And then you can get your message. The more you practice this, the more you realise how easy it is. And then when you open up all your senses, and then you might even start to hear them, and then it becomes a natural thing. And then all of a sudden, you're talking to spirit. Okay, so look out for my mediumship course. I'm going to put a lot more stuff on. Subscribe so you'll get the messages. There's quotes, there's channeling, there's insights. There's loads to help you on your spiritual journey. And I do feel that mediums are basically channelers who are guiding people, they're guiding themselves, that are evolving to become part of the bigger picture, which is connected to all energies. And that's how we learn so much quicker when we become part of it. Okay, thanks for listening, and good luck on your journey.